14 students who did nothing wrong except go to school this past Valentine's Day were massacred at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School 6 months ago today. 6 months ago today, at 2:39 in the afternoon, I was sitting at my desk at work when I first got the horrific news of a shooting in Parkland, Florida at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. I, along with my husband and my brother, flew down to Parkland and then drove directly to what was then known as the command center. We arrived approximately 8:40 p.m. and we waited for what felt like an eternity to hear some news, any news about Scott. At 2:50 in the morning, the next morning, we were called into a large room where many law enforcement officers were waiting for us. We were asked to have a seat. As you can only imagine, the tension was unbelievable. One female law officer looked at me and said, "Your son Scott is without a doubt a hero. He saved many lives." Then came the words that will ring in my head forever. A second law officer spoke to me and he said, "But he didn't make it." My son Scott was shot 6 times within 3 seconds from 5 feet away with an AR-15 assault weapon, a weapon of war, a weapon whose only purpose is to kill human beings, a weapon that could be bought by a 19-year-old in Florida who was not even old enough to buy a beer. Does that make any sense? Today, we are not marching for our lives, we are fighting for our lives. We need reasonable gun control laws, and it can start in New York with Governor Cuomo's legislation known as the Red Flag Law. The Red Flag Law will allow teachers, law enforcement, and family members to petition the court to take away the guns of any individual who may be danger to themselves or to the community. This is a reasonable gun control measure on the state level, but that's not enough. We also need reasonable gun control legislation on the federal level. We need to ban assault weapons. We need stronger background checks. We need to limit the number of rounds in each gun magazine, and that's just to name a few. These restrictions should not be so difficult to achieve. All I ask is that no matter what your political philosophy, whether you're on the right, whether you're on the left, meet me in the middle. Let's all meet in the middle. The middle is humanity.